Actually, hold on, let me do this. Let me do this.
Yeah.
Timer.
Cut.
Welcome to another episode of Success in the Mess, the one show where we find success in everyday life. There's a lot that goes into caring for your parents as they age. And today on another episode of Success in the Mess, I have my friend Christina Blocker with Silver Pathways, and that's exactly what she does.
Every person has this romanticized idea that they are going to live in their house forever, never going to have to move because they're going to downsize from maybe a 5-bedroom to a 3-bedroom and so on and so forth. But then the good old healthcare stuff kicks in and memory loss and physical disabilities or specific diagnoses that we don't really know how to handle. The unique situation is when it comes to lifestyle environments is understanding what every person requires. So every place offers something different as every person requires something different. And it's putting those pieces of the puzzle together, which it becomes so convoluted and complicated that most families don't really know what they need to do. And that's where I come in to help you guys figure out what to do, what steps to take, and then figure out a financial plan that's going to be realistic long-term. So we actually live in a really great time of multiple different lifestyle options being readily available for those who need help. You know, back in the day, you either, I hate to say it this way, but it's the only way to say it, you either died at home, in a hospital, or a nursing home. And so when someone says, don't put me in a home, they're usually referring to a skilled nursing facility or a nursing home in that regard. But these days, nursing homes are no longer what they used to be because of assisted living, independent living, memory care, board and care. And if you need help on that, you can call me and ask questions. Skilled nursing has now changed into rehabilitation.
You do full assessments to help place them properly.
Yes. I'm usually meeting with your loved one, providing a physical, mental, and emotional assessment. After the assessment's complete, we meet with the family members and we have a family consultation. And that family consultation is usually around 2 hours. And everyone says, oh, I don't need that long. And then we're pushing past 2 hours. And I'm like, we're done. Too much information overload. But it doesn't mean our relationship ends there. It just means we have to kind of take a break, let you guys think about what we're talked about, and then kind of regroup again.
Yeah.
And then we put together that list.
You have support groups?
I do. Every month I facilitate a support group.
And what?
Classes.
Yeah.
The class that I teach is called Understanding the 7 Stages of Dementia. So I try and keep it very engaging, get people involved. I show a video of 7 different families going through the progressional point from diagnosis to death. That class is always free to the public. And so it's just, like I said, a non-invasive way to just come to the class, anonymously sit there and take your time, take your notes. I give you reading material. And then people will call me and go, oh my gosh, that's my mom.
Yeah.
Or, oh my gosh, that's my husband. I had no idea how bad they were. And so from that point, I ask, several questions and what they're going through. And sometimes the questions I'm asking, they're kind of like, oh, wow, I didn't realize that was part of the game.
Yeah. What I guess the biggest challenge in being a mom and a business owner, what was the hardest thing that you feel like you overcame and got out of it okay?
Finding that balance was the hardest part for me. So balance was, I've thought about this so many times. If I could do something different, what would it be?
Yeah.
And it would be fine. It would be to establish boundaries and balance. Not only do you have to find balance at home, but you have to build your rapport in the public.
Yeah.
And that was really hard because you learn what snakes are out there. You learn what competitive people are out there. And then you have to establish these relationships with people you think you trust, and then you find that you can't trust them. And so that was really hard too. So it's been 10 years now since I've moved here, and my business has been, I moved from the Bay Area with my business here, but I had to reestablish myself, right? New location, 2 hours away. If I could go back and change anything, it would be to really try and have more patience with my family, because I was running on thin air when it came to my time and how much emotional support I was able to give. When you work in the industry that I do, especially in healthcare and dementia, it's crisis mode all the time. So just because you're there doesn't mean you're present.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I really regret as a mom, is somewhat pushing away my daughter, because I just didn't have the energy. I didn't have what I felt at the time to give her the dedication that she needed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then, you look back on that and you're like, wow, I really messed up.
Yeah, but you have.
But your kids don't.
But your
They
kids
don't know.
don't
They
know.
don't know.
They
They don't know any different. It's just a personal thing. It's one of those.
But then it's like
mom guilt things
then
that's going on.
I look at it and I go, okay, but then will I feel guilty that I didn't push my business further, and then
right.
we didn't get to take the vacation. We didn't.
Silver lining.
It's
right?
like what?
The silver lining.
Which
of family
one?
work. Yeah.
Which one do you pick?
So one thing I wanted to say to everyone who is looking for health care support, whatever it may be, in every case it's different, and a lot of families don't understand how dementia in particular, or even elderly healthcare in general, it's kind of like a fingerprint. They all look the same, but they're totally different.
Yeah.
You want to work with someone who's local. It doesn't have to be me. I'm just saying, be careful with who you're communicating with and who you're working with. Make sure they have a medical background. Make sure they understand, the mechanics of aging and what it takes, and really especially memory loss. And make sure you're working with someone who is local, like I said, because they are going to be the ones, or they should be the ones, to know what is the right and wrong place, so to speak, for your loved one.
So if you want more information about Christina's class or her support group, her website and contact information are somewhere in this video.
Yes, silverpathways.org. That's another thing, is not to interrupt you.
Yeah, you're good.
But a lot of people do type in silverpathways.com. The reason why I'm silverpathways.org is because I have a relationship with a nonprofit company, and I give them a significant percentage of my earnings to fund seniors in Placer County. So that's why I am silverpathways.org.
Thank you so much for watching another episode of Success in the Mess. If you're interested in attending any of Christina's seminars or support group, her contact information is somewhere around this video. And again, it's silverpathways.org. So that, anyway, I lost my place.
Yeah.
So
thank you so much for having me, though. I appreciate
you're very welcome.
It's always a walk in the park with you.
It's always a walk in the
Easy
park.
To hang out.
Yeah.
Any excuse to hang out with you.
Yeah, and if you know anybody else, any other mom entrepreneurs that are interested in having an interview with me, please don't hesitate to contact me. My information is somewhere around this video.
Yeah.
Thanks
Thank you.
so much.
Bye.
Bye.